so let's go our triplanar banded lateral lunge into a rotation, and then we're just going to also pivot our inside leg 45 degrees and do the same thing without the rotation and pivot. Okay, so what you'll do is grab yourself like that road band again, so either where it's that quarter inch or half an inch. Okay, you're going to attach it to a stable surface, preferably low to high. But if you have something that's just a little lower than around your kneecap, that's at least what we want. So make sure the band is pretty stretchy. Okay, so essentially what you'll do is whatever leg is on the inside, you're going to put that strap on that inside shoulder, and then as you're putting on the backpack, and then you're going to spin to the inside. And now the band is essentially causing a rotational like movement. Okay, so again, my inside leg, inside shoulder, put it on like a backpack, spin around. You want the band to be around your belt buckle, okay, the bottom part of it, okay, just so it's comfortable. Now from here, get a little bit of a distance where you feel like the band wants to rotate and pull you in, okay? So from this position, the cool thing about this is the band is going to facilitate that rotation, exactly what we want, okay? Now from here, we're essentially working on the inside leg to pivot as we open out, and then we'll move the inside leg 45 degrees on the second variation. So the first variation is just get your feet comfortable, a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're gonna spin into your inside hip, push your hip back as if you're seated, and you're gonna pivot through your back leg, squeeze the back glute, squeeze the back knee, plant, sit into your back hip, front hip right here on the inside, pivot your leg, squeeze the quad, squeeze the glute as you pivot out, sit into that inside leg, allow the band to rotate you, and again, pivot and squeeze the back hip and the quad. You're only rotating enough to where you feel like your torso is moving, so you don't want to fully collapse and pull you in too much. Just go to your available space. So again, use those hands. So I'm drawing my inside elbow back, my front hand forward to facilitate rotation. And again, pivot out. Sit, rotate, feel that outer hip stretch on the inside leg. Pivot, squeeze the quad, squeeze the glute. Rotate in, pivot out. So that's the first variation. After that, you're gonna just put your foot 45 degrees, okay, on the inside leg. And so from here, a little bit wider apart, just what's comfortable. You're gonna just kind of roll your knee over your foot, and again, extend at the top. So now you're just sitting, keeping your knee in line with your foot, and extending back out. So sit into that inside leg, your knees coming over your foot, you're still pushing your hips back, squeeze. Sit into it, squeeze. So the only thing we're doing is that we're not adding the rotation, and we're not adding the pivot at the end of the movement. You're just moving your leg out 45 degrees. Allow that knee to travel over your foot and extend out of it. Knee over foot, push your hips back, extend. 45 degrees, knee over foot, push your hips back, and extend.